two vectors, if we want to add two vectors, and that vectors are co-initial vectors. Co-initial means vectors have same starting point. So this is the vector A, this is the vector B, and both of these vectors have the same starting point. So we have find it out the resultant with the help of geometry and the trigonometry. Basically, what will happen? A vector is given, B vector is given like this, and there is some angle theta between the two vectors. So the resultant R you will get when you will draw a line which is parallel to this vector, and you will draw another line which will parallel to this vector B, and this is the intersection of point of this line and this line. So this is the intersection point, suppose Q. So what you will do, you will join, you will take a vector from here to here in this direction. This is known as the resultant or the R vector. And vector have two things. First is magnitude and another is direction. For defining the vector, there is a requirement of the two things, magnitude and the direction. So magnitude of the resultant is this: a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. A square, magnitude of the first vector, means this vector, and b square means magnitude of this vector, plus 2ab cos theta, and theta is the angle between the two vectors. So this a vector will be sometimes the velocity vector, this can be the force vector, this can be the displacement vector. Okay, so now direction of resultant vector R, direction of the R, we will discuss what will be the direction of the resultant vector R vector. Direction of R vector. R vector means the resultant of A and B. So this also we will do with the help of this figure. So direction, this beta will give you the direction of the resultant vector. And what is beta? This beta is the angle between this vector A and the vector R. So now see this triangle O and this Q and N. O, Q, N. See this triangle? I am copying this figure here. So we want to find the beta. So how we will find the beta? So see this triangle O, Q, N. So you can write in triangle O, Q, N. O, Q, N, we can find this tan of beta. Tan of beta. So tan of beta. What is tangent or tan of any angle? Perpendicular in that triangle divided by the base. Okay. So if this is the angle, so this Qn will be the perpendicular. Okay. So tan beta will be Qn, and what will be the base of this triangle? On. Qn by On. Qn divided by On. So this is Qn, and this On can be written as OP plus Pn. Now what is this Qn? This is Qn, no? B sin theta. This Qn already calculated, that is B sin theta. So you can write here B of sin theta divided by OP. OP is simply A. Magnitude of A vector is OP plus Pn. Pn is B cos theta. B cos theta. Here, this is Pn. Pn is equal to V cos theta. So put the value of Pn here, V cos theta. So finally, tan beta is equal to V sin theta plus A plus V cos theta. So how you will calculate this now? You should remember the beta means this angle. This angle beta is between this vector, A vector. So A vector will be in the denominator. Okay. And you will take the V sin theta and V cos theta with the another vector. I will solve the question, then you will get. So from here we can find the beta. Do you know what are inverse trigonometric function? Have you heard the inverse trigonometry?
Yes, sir.
Do you have maths or biology or something else?
Sir, I haven't taken maths.
So you have another subject.
Yes, sir.
So basically, there is no requirement of the inverse trigonometric function in detail. You should know what are just the values only. Okay, some values and one or two formula. So this is the beta tan inverse. So I will recommend you to learn this formula instead. It's tan beta. And what is the beta? I am defining the beta here. Beta is the angle between the resultant vector and A vector. Now we will talk about the directions: east, west, north, south. How we will describe the direction on the paper or the screen. So this direction will be east, this direction will be west, this direction will be north, this direction will be south direction. Or if someone is saying northeast direction, so northeast direction will be this. This direction will be northeast direction. Someone is saying northwest direction, so northwest direction will be this. This direction will be northwest. So, and always remember this angle will be 45 degree always. This angle will be 45 degree if this is a northeast direction. East, west, north, south. Hello, Dukangi. Are you getting my voice? So there is one more concept that you should remember. Suppose a vector is given like this. A vector is given like this. Suppose this is a force vector F1, and this F1 is making an angle of θ1 with east. So you will say this F1 will be at θ1 north of east. This is your north direction. So if your force is given like this, so and this force is making an angle θ, so you will say suppose this force is F2, this force vector is F2 vector. And suppose this is making an angle theta 2. So this will be known as east of north. Theta 2 at theta 2 east of north. This is south. So note it down this from here. No requirement of diagram. Divyangi, are you getting my voice?
Yes, sir.
So in the last class, I have discussed this parallelogram law of vectors. The parallelogram law of vector is used to add two vectors only, and basically you should know what is the main result. This is the resultant of the two vectors, a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. And for the direction, we use this angle beta. Okay. Beta will tell you the direction of the resultant vector. So tan beta is this. So note it down from here.
Wrote, sir.
Divyangi, are you writing this?
Done, sir.
Okay. Now this. This is the direction east, west, north, south. In the paper, you will draw the direction like this. If someone is saying you are going in the east direction, then you means you are going in this direction. If you are going in a northeast direction, then you will going in this direction. And remember this angle, 45 degree.
Wrote, sir.
Okay. Divyangi, have you written this?
Yes, sir.
Completed? Okay. So now I am taking one question on this. For solving this question, you should know this formula. And this formula. We will use both these formulas. So this is the question. So here in this question, one force is given along the east direction, okay, and another force is given in this direction, north of east direction, and this is the angle 60 degree. So basically, the thing is, one force is this, or one vector is this, another vector is this. Magnitude of both the vectors is given, and both the vectors are making 60-degree angle with each other. And we have to find the net force. Net force means the resultant vector. Net force means the resultant vector. So you will apply this formula simply. Resultant vector is given by this formula. So resultant is equal to under root of a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. Theta is given here as 60-degree. So you can consider this vector as a and this vector as b, or you can consider this as a and this as b. So I am considering this as a. So a is, you can say, f1, and instead of b you will put f2. So f1 is a vector. Actually this formula is adding two vectors for the magnitude of the two vectors. Okay. So you will write under root of f1 square plus f2 square plus 2 into f1 and f2 cos of theta. And what is f1 and f2 is the magnitude of f1 and f2. So f1 is 1, means 1 square, f2 is 2, means 2 square, and this is 2 into f1 into f2 into cos 60. And the value of cos 60 is equal to 1 by 2, and the value of sin 60 is equal to root 3 by 2. So this will become 1 plus 4 plus, this will become 2 to the 4 into 1 by 2. Instead of this cos 60, you will put 1 by 2. So this will become 2. So the finally you will get root 7. So this is the magnitude of the resultant. This is the magnitude of resultant. Now we will calculate the direction part. Direction is given by this formula. Tan of beta is equal to v sin theta divided by a plus b cos theta. This is the formula. Tan beta is equal to v sin theta, a plus b cos theta. So now you have considered this vector as a vector. You have considered this as a and this as b. So you will take the angle theta with respect to this. So here I have considered this formula is for this. You are taking angle means a vector, this vector, and v vector is this vector. Okay. Means your resultant will make the angle beta with the a vector if you will use this formula. Or you can say, if you will use this formula, suppose tan beta is equal to a sin theta is equal to b plus a cos theta. This can be the formula also. But that case will be different. That case will be the case when you are taking a vector this and b vector this. In that case, you can say the resultant vector will make the angle beta with the b vector that time. Okay. So take any vector, the result will remain same. But you should know the angle beta. The resultant is making with which angle? So tan beta means we have to find this tan beta. B sin theta means 2. What is theta? 60-degree. 2 sin 60 divided by 1 plus 2 cos 60. Sin 60 is root 3 by 2. And 1 plus 2 cos 60 is 1 by 2. So this will become root 3 by 2. This is your tan beta. So you have to find the beta only. So beta you can say will be tan inverse of root 3 by 2. Suppose your beta is like this, tan inverse of 45 degree. Okay. So your answer of beta will be not 45 degree, tan inverse of 1 by root 2. Tan inverse of suppose 1 by root 2 we our answer. So we can write beta as 45 degree. But here is this root 3 by 2 value. So you can write this beta in this form only. So your beta is tan inverse root 3 by 2. So what is the beta? Beta is the resultant calculation should be there. So this is your beta. So you can see in this question, beta, your resultant will be like this. Your resultant will be in between the two vectors. Why the resultant will be in between the two vectors? Because the parallelogram law. Okay. How you will draw the parallelogram? If you want to draw, then you can. Otherwise, I'm just explaining it. Okay. So make a parallel line to this vector and make a parallel line to this another vector. So this is the parallel line, and this is your point of intersection. So the resultant of this will be this. This will be the resultant vector from here. This will be your resultant vector. This is your R vector. And this is the beta is the angle between this. This is the beta. So you can say the resultant vector is at an angle of beta with this A vector. Beta is 10 plus root 3 by 2. And I have told you about this, how to write this. This, if any vector is making an angle theta 1, so you can say that vector is at angle theta 1 north of east. Okay, so you can say the resultant vector will be north of east of. So your resultant vector will be at an angle of tan inverse root 3 by 2 north of east. You can write resultant vector will be at tan inverse 3 by 2 north of east. So either you can write the answer in this form or in this form. So write the answer in this form, it will be better. Okay, and no need to draw the parallelogram. Okay, no need to draw the parallelogram until and unless asked in the question. You can just use this formula, find the magnitude, find the direction. That's all. Just note it down this question. And also. The formula of the resultant you should know, very important formula, very important. So out the physics we have the vector quantities, and if you want to add the vector quantities, then this formula is required. If you want to add two vector quantities.
Done, sir.
Jolin, completed.
Yes, sir.
Divyangi, do you know the inverse trigonometric functions
No,
like tan
sir.
inverse of any angle, any value?
No,
Inverse
sir.
trigonometry. Like the trigonometry, no? Like sine theta, cos theta, and tan theta. Like this, there are the functions like sine inverse, okay, A, like cos inverse A, tan inverse A. When these functions will appear in the question, then uh, along with the solution, I will give some information about the trigonometric functions. So you should write some of the values. If first write this, then we will write the values of inverse trigonometric function. When completed, please tell me.
Completed, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I am writing some of the inverse trigonometric functions values. Or either we will do that when there will be a requirement. Okay. So I am not wasting the time. So another question is this. This question, a bit different from the previous one. They are saying two vectors of equal magnitude. Two vectors of equal magnitude have the resultant equal to any one of the vectors. Any one of the vectors. Simple. Calculate the angle between them. Theta you have to find. Means I am supposing, okay, known if you want to draw the diagram, then draw. Otherwise, there is no requirement. I can solve this question without the diagram also, but I have to explain you. So that is why I am drawing the diagram. So two vectors of equal magnitude. Suppose these are the two vectors. And these vectors have the equal vector magnitude, means this length and this length should be same. So here is one vector, here is another vector. Suppose this is A vector and this is B vector. And theta is this angle. And they are saying that two vectors of equal magnitude. Equal magnitude means A equal to B. Or magnitude is represented in this term also A. So no need to write this again and again. You can simply write A. So A is equal to B. And they are saying resultant is also equal to any one of the vector. If resultant will be equal to any one of the vector, means the resultant will also equal to both of the vectors. Suppose R is the resultant of this. We have to find simply this value of theta. What we will do, we will apply the formula of the resultant and we will get the answer. So formula of resultant of two vector R is equal to root of A square plus magnitude of another vector plus 2 into AB into cos of theta. This theta we have to find. Resultant. Okay. So now what you should do now? You should consider A equal to B equal to R. Three of the magnitudes are equal, so you can take this as suppose P. P is the magnitude of A vector, P is the magnitude of B vector, and P is the magnitude of R vector. You can suppose X also. Okay? No problem. So instead of R, you will put P. So R equal to P, na? A equal to P, B equal to P. So instead of A, B also you will put p. So this is p square plus this will become 2 into p into p, means 2p square, and this is cos theta. So now this is p, this will be p square plus p square, 2p square, and this will become 2p square cos theta. Now what you will do, you will do the squaring on both sides of the cube. When you will do the squaring, so this will become p square and this under root will be removed. So this will become 2p square plus 2p square cos theta. So this is a simple thing of 10th class. In coordinate geometry, you have done this. Means you will do the squaring on the both the sides. Okay. So you will get this result. Now what you will do, this is p square, this is 2p square. So this will become p square minus 2p square, and this is equal to 2p square cos of theta. So this will become minus p square and this will become 2p square cos of theta. So you can say that p square and p square will be cancel out. Okay. So here you will have minus 1 and here you will have 2 cos theta. So now it is very simple. Cos theta you will have minus 1 by cos theta is equal to minus 1 by. Okay, so I am telling this is cos theta. So you can solve this in two ways. First, either you should know what is cos inverse of minus 1 by 2. That is 120 degree. I know that, but I know that you don't know. So what you should do? You should know what is cos of 120. Cos of 120 is minus 1 by 2. So this value you should know either. So here instead of this cos theta, you can write this cos of 120. So this cos and cos is equal. So this theta will equal to the 120 degree. So your answer will be 120. Or either you can do this also. You can convert this in the inverse trigonometric function. So this will become cos inverse. So this cos will go in this side. So it will become cos inverse of minus 1 by 2. Cos inverse of minus 1 by 2 is equal to 120 degree. So this is your final answer. So cos 120 degree, you should know. Note it down.
Road, sir.
Divyangi, are you getting the questions and answers?
Yes, sir.
There is a requirement of only the two this formula of resultant. Okay, in this question, you should know the formula of the resultant and formula of that 10 beta, and you should know what is beta. Beta is the angle between the resultant vector and the a vector. If you are taking tan beta is equal to b sin theta divided by a plus b cos theta.
Yes, sir.
So now after this we will discuss the special cases. There are some special cases of the vector addition.
Road, sir.
I am taking some special cases. Special cases means if two vectors are parallel. When two vectors are parallel, parallel means two vectors are like this. One vector is this, okay, and another vector is this. Suppose this vector is a vector and this vector, another vector is the b vector. So both of these vectors making an angle of 0 degree. So theta is 0 degree. So you want to find the resultant. We'll apply this formula. A square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. And remember the value cos 0. Cos 0 degree is equal to 1. So your resultant will be a square plus b square plus 2ab cos 0. So instead of this cos 0, you will write 1 a square plus b square plus 2ab. So this is a square plus b square plus 2ab. A plus b whole square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. And if you have a minus b square, then this will become a square plus b square minus 2ab. So this will become root of a plus b square. This root and this square will be cancelled out. This root will remove this power 2. So your answer will be a plus b. So you can say that if two vectors are in the same direction or are parallel, so your resultant will be simply the addition of two vectors, or this resultant will be the maximum resultant. Okay, this is the maximum value of resultant a plus b when two vectors are parallel. Means suppose this is some object. Okay, suppose this is some object and someone is applying a force on this in this direction, one force in this direction, and another person is applying a force on this object in this direction. So what will happen? The resultant will be less in that case. Okay, because the one person is applying force in this direction and another person is applying force in this direction. So resultant of the force that will affect the motion of this thing will decrease. Or if you can imagine two of the persons are applying force in the same direction, in that case your resultant will be maximum. Okay, your resultant will be maximum. So this is the case when your resultant will be maximum. So this is maximum value of resultant. You can analyze the vectors in terms of the force. Okay, two vectors are parallel. So this is the maximum value of resultant. So when two vectors are anti-parallel, when two vectors are anti-parallel, second case, two vectors are anti-parallel. And remember this, when two vectors are anti-parallel, anti-parallel means like this. Opposite of parallel is anti-parallel. Suppose one vector is this. This is your one vector, and another vector is like this. So these are the anti-parallel. Suppose this is A vector, and suppose this is B vector. Okay. One thing more I want to tell you, we can shift this vector on this vector. Okay. This is known as the parallel shift of the vector. I will tell you later, but I am just telling you can shift this vector on this vector like this. Okay. Both the things are same. So A vector and B vector are anti-parallel means your theta will be 180 degree this time. In between the vector, the angle will be 180 degree. And remember the value of cos 180 degree. Cos 180 degree is minus 1. So when you will apply the formula of resultant, you will write a square plus b square plus 2ab cos 180 degree. So here you will have a square plus b square minus 2ab. And you can write this as a plus a minus b square. And finally you will get resultant as a minus b. So this is the case when two vectors, or you can think in terms of force. Two forces are acting in the opposite direction on this phone. So what will happen? The resultant of the force will be less, or the minimum. So this is the minimum value of resultant. Minimum value of resultant. Suppose two vectors are at 90 degree angle. Two vectors are at 90 degree angle. Or you can say two vectors are perpendicular. Or perpendicular. Perpendicular means the vectors are like this. One vector will be this, another vector will be this. You can say if one vector is along x-axis, another along y-axis, or one is along y-axis, another along z-axis. This is your A vector, this is your B vector, and both vectors are making an angle of 90 degree. So theta you will have 90 degree, and you will put this theta in the resultant. Resultant will be this a square plus b square plus 2ab cos 90 this time. Okay. A square plus b square plus 2ab cos of 90 degree. And remember the value of cos 90 degree 0. So finally your r will be under root of a square plus b square. Simply you should learn this value. The resultant will be this. Now what will be the result beta? What will be the beta? Beta is the angle between the resultant vector and suppose this is your resultant. In this case, your beta will be 45 degrees. So, but I am calculating it. This is your beta. This will be 45 degree, and this also will be 45 degree. Means both the vectors will make an angle of 45 degree with the resultant vector. So what is tan beta? B cos B sin theta, B cos theta, B sin theta, A plus B cos theta. So B sin theta, sin 45, okay, and A plus B cos 45. Sorry. What is it? We will put the value of not beta here. We will put the value of theta. Sorry. Sin 90, na, we will put here. This is theta, and theta is 90 degree. So tan beta, you will get sin 90 is 1 and cos 90 is 0. So this will become B and this will become A only. This will become 0. Okay. This will become B only. Sin 90 is 1. This is A and this is 0 because of this cos 90. So B by A. This angle will be 45 degree in case when you have this A vector and B vectors are equal. Okay. When A vectors and B vectors are equal. Otherwise, you will get different values. This is your beta. This is your 90 minus beta. So your beta will be tan of inverse of B by A. This is your beta inverse. These are the special cases. Note it down. You have to just know what is the angle between the two vectors and the formula of the resultant and put the value of the theta in the formula of resultant. You will get the result automatically.
Done, sir.
Wrote, sir.
This chapter is very basic and very important. You can imagine this as when the two vectors are acting in the opposite direction on a body. So this is a body, and on this body, the forces are acting in the opposite direction.
Done.
This angle will not be the 45 degree. This angle will be the 45 degrees when both the vectors have the same magnitude. I will explain it.
Note, sir.
And draw the diagrams properly. Okay. So the case that I was talking, when two vectors have the equal magnitude and those vectors are at 90-degree angle, then what will be the beta? Tan inverse. The magnitude of both the vectors are equal. Suppose the magnitude of one vector is p, another vector is p. So you will get tan inverse of 1. And tan inverse of 1 is 45 degree. Tan inverse of 1 is 45 degree. So if you have tan inverse of 1, this value is the 45 degree. So in this case, your beta will be 45 degree. So when you will put this beta here, so this is 45, and this angle will be 90 minus 45 means 45. So if you want to note it down, then note. Otherwise, there is no need of this. You can do it by yourself. So I am taking one question on it. So this is the question. Very simple and an easy question. So they are saying maximum and the minimum resultant of the two forces. Maximum and the minimum resultant of the two forces are 15 Newton and 5 Newton. Calculate magnitude of the forces. So when the resultant of the forces will be maximum, when the two vectors are parallel. When the two vectors are parallel. See here. This is the case of parallel vectors. When the two vectors are parallel, so your resultant will be maximum. When the two vectors are anti-parallel, your resultant will be minimum. So you can suppose two forces, F1 and F2 are the two forces. So what will be your maximum resultant? Maximum resultant of the two forces will be the sum of the two forces, F1 plus F2. And what is maximum resultant given? Maximum is 15. So this will be your first equation. Second equation, minimum resultant means R minimum will be the F1 minus F2. So R minimum is given as 5. So this will be your second equation. Now you can solve both the equations easily. Add both the equations, equation number 1 and equation number 2. Add both the equations. So here you will get 20. Here you will get f1 plus f1 is equal to 2f1, and this f2 and minus f2 will be cancelled out. So your f1 will be 10 Newton. Unit of force is Newton. And f2, how you will get the f2? You will put this f1 in any one of the equation, you will get f2, and your f2 will be, suppose I am putting this f1 in equation 1. So this is 15, f1 is 10 plus f2. So the value of f2 is 5 Newton. 15 minus 10, 5 Newton. Very simple question. You note it down. So in this case, you should know when the resultant will be maximum of the two vectors and when the resultant of the two vectors will be minimum. So Jangi, your exam has been conducted of physics.
Yes, sir.
How was your exam?
So it was fine, but I left a few questions.
And Joylin, when your exams will be conducted?
So my exams are over.
So how was your exam?
Yes, sir, it was fine.
So note it down. Yes. So when you are solving the physics paper, na, so the thing is that you should practice the more number of question is as much as possible, because when you solve the question by yourself, that understanding is the best understanding. Try to solve the question by yourself also. Take the question, write the question on the paper, and do not see here and there, and just focus on the question and try to solve it by yourself.
Written, sir.
Physics cannot be understood only by studying the theory. We have to solve the sufficient number of the questions. Okay. And please remember one point also. Physics cannot be understood by only learning the formulas. Okay. Whole concept you should know. Sometimes the formula will help, but not all the times. We will have some chapters like Newton's laws of motion. No formula will be there. There are only two formulas. Force is equal to mass into acceleration. This formula will be used only. But the concept behind that will be very uh, different. So you have to learn that concept, not the formula. Formula will be learned, means F is equal to ma. You already know. But the questions will be on this formula will be different. Okay. So this is the question on the parallelogram law, and there is one more law for the addition of the two vectors. That is triangular law of vector addition.
Wrote, sir.
Okay, so till here, do you have any doubt? Any one of you? You can ask me. Problem here in this law. Divyangi, do you know this derivation of how to drive the parallelogram law? Means to find the resultant with the help of parallelogram law. Means this is
But
one
not
vector.
derivation. I remember the formula.
You only know the formula. So derivation, for the derivation you have to do some geometrical constructions, and on the basis of that geometrical construction, uh, you will drive this formula. So time is over now. So, but till now, so what you should do, you should learn this formula, okay, and you should learn this formula, okay, and then we will have the time in the next class. So I will tell you how to drive this. Derivation is very easy, not that hard, but you have to remember few points, okay. So if you have any doubt, then you can ask me regarding the vector or any other chapter. Otherwise, we will meet in the next class.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, no doubt.
Okay, well done. So this derivation part, okay, if we will have the time in the next class, so I will discuss. Otherwise, you can see the recorded video of this. Okay.
Okay, sir.